Good morning, everybody. My name is Brett Spivey. I work for CGIA with Jeff on the NC OneMap program. And I'm not going to assume anything, but if you're from the 60s, you're going to love this presentation. No sunglasses, weird sunglasses required. So as Jeff mentioned, this project was initiated with the help of Carbon Cloud, or the Carbon Project. And as part of that, it does live and is originally for the EPA. And as part of that project, they were obligated to create a web feature service, OGC Web Feature Service, or WFS, and provide that out, and that is publicly available. But why are we concerned about getting it into NC OneMap? And if you happen to hear John Corellis, the state's chief data officer, speak yesterday, you know, he said that the data is not, we are not data owners, that we are data stewards. We need to think about being data stewards rather than data owners. And having said that, that really is kind of the mentality behind the NC OneMap program. It's the citizens' data, it's your data. And this data is being created. I can tell you, in terms of vector data sets that we serve, it is by far and away the most popular data set. I mean, it's, you know, you think of counting your fingers the 5 data layers that you would want, and chances are Parcels is going to be one of them. So we want to get it out. We want people to use it. We don't want to have to dictate what you use to take advantage of it. And so the way it technically works is we go out and we actually run a process that checks what is available from the Carbon Project. So as data is pushed through and transformed into a standardized format, it's sitting up here in the cloud. As Jeff mentioned, as part of that schema, there's a transf date field in there which tells us, okay, Wake County transferred last on February 1st. Well, we compare that same field to data on our side, and if we can recognize there's updated data up there, then we go grab it and pull it down and use a series of Python scripts to throw it into the hopper and transfer it out. So we grab the data. It is in county shapefile format. This is the one part that we really haven't devoted a lot of resources to, and how to crack the nut on fully automate it. We have a very dedicated person who goes out based on that email and grabs those shapefiles, and we throw them on our server, and then we have other Python scripts that run each week to extract that data out of shapefile, throw it into a temporary file geodatabase within ArcGIS, and then we use ArcPy module and some generic Python to actually extract that, replace those features, or depending on what may be more efficient, if there's enough parcels that need to be changed, it's actually more efficient just to replace the whole database or feature class, which takes about 2.5 hours, by the way, to swap all that data out. And on the back end of that, or on the tail end of that process, we update the file geodatabase in production and then push out standardized shape files, again, just for the updated county and for the entire state. The entire state, if you want to go grab that, is going to be in file geodatabase format. We're looking at trying to also put that into a more open standard, like a package, a geo package. Haven't gotten to that yet. We're working on it. Why file geodatabase over a shapefile? Because there's just so much dadgone data. So just for meaningless trivia, there's about 5.6 million parcels in the state. That's a lot of data. 66, 67 attributes tied to it. It gets big. So if you want to grab the whole state, which you can do every week if you want, it's going to be file geodatabase. But if you want to get individual counties, that's in shapefile. We push that out with metadata, of course. We love metadata, or the person we have does metadata, loves metadata. I personally don't like doing metadata. But the most important part, and the part I really like the most, and I've been focused on for quite a while, are the web services. So once the file geodatabase is updated in production, of course, we push out and refresh all the web services in the formats you see here. So we have all the OGC web service formats, WFS, WMS. We push out KMZ for old Google Earth stuff. And then if you're using Esri clients, we have those both as a map service and as a feature service. So we can have those. Just as an interesting point, the WFS, believe it or not, is used tremendously. One thing that we've always struggled with NC OneMap is we know people are using it. How do we know? Because Friday at 4:30, when stuff goes wrong, that's when people start calling us, right when we're getting ready to head out the door. And it's Murphy's Law, but it's a lot of surveyors. And one of our challenges has been finding out, we know people are using it, but who is using it? I mean, we know, state government's using it. We talk to those guys regularly. But we know there are all these private sector communities out there that are using it, and turns out that some of those are some of our most avid users that we really didn't know anything about. Surveyors and foresters, lumber companies. So the WFS has really turned out to be an important component of that because a lot of those guys are using AutoCAD or MicroStation. You guys use MicroStation too. So DOT is a big consumer of WMS or WFS services. So it's opened up a whole host of other users that are able to take advantage of this data. So we push it out in every format that we can. I would be remiss if I didn't do my little plug about NC OneMap. It's a platform of open data without restriction. There's tons and tons of web services in it, tons and tons of downloadable data. To find it, you can go to the geospatial portal, which is data.nconemap.gov, and search just like you would search on anything. So you can type in ownership, parcels, cadastral, anything like that. And you'll see over here on the right, this pane here will be populated with your downloadable data, both for county and state, and all the web services in the various formats. There's an example of it there on the right. And I'll turn it over to Cam for an example of how they actually apply that data.